Hey everybody, it's Greg here at White's Rides. I hope y'all are having a great day. It's Tuesday morning. It's absolutely beautiful in Alabama. It's probably mid 30s, but the sun's shining and it is just beautiful. Guys, we just finished up our toy drive, and if you've not been following White's Rides, you know we have our annual toy drive. All toys go to Children's Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama. And if anybody'd still like to help out with that, even though our toy drive's ended, you can still go to whitesrides.com, make a donation, and we'll make sure it gets to the right people. Please follow us on Facebook under Greg Christie Span. Go to White's Rides. You can follow it also on Facebook or right here on YouTube channel, Greg Span of White's Rides. Guys, if anybody got to be a part of our toy drive, there's a lot of blessings that came along with this. You know, we got to have a big toy pickup in Mississippi that we've not ever done before like that, and it was a super hit. We've had a lot of people over there that says, hey, we want to do this again next year. And so next year, I think the toy drive will be even bigger because we'll have more drop boxes and more locations. But you know, over there it was just a blessing. We got to watch a little girl over there. She got to meet Santa Claus, and she got to be put on the nice list, and that was awesome. Just to watch her, she is so proud to work so hard, knowing Santa Claus was watching her. You know, and I think sometimes maybe in life, if everybody else would put out the effort that that little girl did, knowing that you ain't got to worry about Santa Claus watching you, I guess you got to worry about the good Lord watching you. You know, He sees what we're doing, and all your good deeds will be rewarded. Guys, I just want to thank everybody that made all this toy drive possible. White's Rides, once again, one of the largest distributor of toys at Children's Hospital. You know, our doctor, she got to come down and meet us, and it was White's doctor, his oncologist, and she even helped us. She dressed for the occasion. She came out and helped us unload the toys. And when she went upstairs, she came back and she says, there's a lot of toys up there, but she said White's Rides donated more than half of them. That's a blessing, guys. And this is something that we can't do our own. It takes all of us. You know, it's just like the other night we were set up at Walmart, and I got to see a pure, genuine gift of the heart come out. This girl and her little boy come by, and I'm not good with ages. I'm gonna guess this little boy was about 4 or 5 years old at the most. He was a little bitty feller, had on his big glasses, and they stopped. She kind of wanted to know what was going on, and I explained, well, these toys all go to Children's Hospital to provide a Christmas for sick little boys and girls. And this little boy, he looked up at me, and then he looked down in his bag. He was toting his own little bag, and he reached in there and he pulls out a little four-wheeler, and he put it up on that table, the rest of them toys. And he looked up at me and he says, I didn't need that motorcycle anyway. And guys, his mother just lit up. I know we all did, because I thought, this is as pure as it comes. Nobody told this little boy to do that. It was in his heart, you know. And he walked away so proud, you know, that he gave his toy to White's Rides to be donated. And that's just a blessing. You know, and then on another side note, you'll see all these other people in the parking lot that'll ignore us. You know, these people that high hat you and go on their way because they're like, yeah, they don't want to fool White's Rides. But this little boy did what he did. And I can only think, man, you know, why can't the rest of the world be like that little boy? You know, he's such a little blessing to do something like that. But it's okay, you know. You know, if you helped, you help. If you didn't, shame on you. That's okay. We still succeeded, okay? There's a lot of people that did not donate this year that have donated in the past, but that's all right. You know, God puts the right people in your path to make things happen, and guess what? We made it happen. The toy drive started off really slow, wasn't a whole lot of toys in that trailer, and boy, when it took off, it took off. I'm talking about we took our last donation from a church on Sunday night, and this is a small church of 20 people. Okay, 20 people go to this church, and they filled up a huge box of toys. And we took that in on Sunday night, and just in time to be delivered on Monday. But guys, I can't thank everybody enough, because I go into this every year in a toy drive, and I don't want to fail. I don't want to be an embarrassment to pull up there at Children's Hospital, especially when we got going what we got going. And the great thing too is when we got almost there at Children's Hospital, pulled up, my phone rang, and it was Channel 6 News out of Birmingham. The lady wanted to know where we were located at, where were we dropping off. And she pulls up, and she was not there for any other drop-offs, just us. And guys, that's great. When you start getting recognized by national TV stations and all, and they come out and they want to broadcast this and knowing it's going everywhere. And so we were on the news yesterday more than once, and it showed the White Rice trailer. And of course, I don't take no glory for none of this. This first of all glory goes to God. He created White Rides. The rest of the glory goes to all you guys for helping us out, because I couldn't do this on my own. Christy couldn't do it on her own. And but they got to come out and they broadcast us and showed just exactly what we were doing and explained about White Rides, and I loved it. The more publicity, the better, because we just got to get this word out there. And it's been a busy last week. I don't know if I even mentioned this. So in between the toy drop-offs and stuff, Wednesday afternoon I got invited to go up to Indianapolis. AJE Suspensions out of Indiana. My great friend Anthony Jones, he built a chassis under White's truck. He calls me up and he says, Greg, he says, Motorhead Garage is up here. They're wanting to do an interview, and he said, man, we really need you up here. And at first, I just thought, man, I got this toy drive, because y'all, White's Rides in my head comes before everything, but you got to be smart enough to go through the doors when they open. And they were working out a sweet deal for Anthony if they could just get me up there. And so I took a road trip. Wednesday, I left, took off. I got to Indianapolis at 4 o'clock that afternoon. Got my room, got my badge going. The next morning at 9:30, they done the TV interview. So I got to be on that. So hopefully you'll be seeing us on Motor Trend and a lot of other channels. They said it would cover 10 million views. And that's great. That's a lot of people going to be seeing about White's Rides. And so I spent the day at the PRI show in Indianapolis. And if you have never been to the PRI show, guys, you need to check it out. It's the biggest show I've ever been to in my life. But I spent all day up there, got in the car or truck, drove back home, got back home about 11:30 that night. So I did all this in about a day and a half, 2-day period, and got back just in time to be out Friday morning collecting toys, and then boom, boom, boom. Like I said, life has been real busy, but that's all right. I think you got to stay busy, because like I've told you before, an idle mind is the devil's playground. And if White's Rides is ever going to succeed the way that I want it to succeed, I have to put in the work. Guys, we can't expect God to step in there and do it all. He's going to do it all, but we got to be willing to put in the leg work. And I am willing to put in that kind of leg work to make things happen, because I've got goals with this foundation, and we got a lot of families that need help. And the bigger I can make White's Rides, the more that'll come in, the more we can push it right back out. Because I've told y'all guys, we're in that situation with White's Rides that, it's crazy how big the views are getting, but the money ain't changed. We're still rubbing them two nickels together trying to make things happen, but that's okay, because eventually I know I'm going to run into that one person that's going to change everything and going to make everything work for the foundation. And but guys, you don't have to have a lot of people on your team. You just got to have the right team members, and boy, we got them. We've got some people that really believe in what we're doing and wanting to take part in it. And I believe they're all in it for the long haul. And I think we're going to see a lot of changes coming with White's Rides in the very near future. Flatwood Customs, they've still got White's truck over in Duncan, South Carolina. And they're working on that again, and their goal is to have it finished by May, which will be the Tupelo Blue Suede Cruise over in Tupelo, Mississippi. And as y'all know, we're taking over that show. And so guys, if y'all have not registered for that show, please go in there and register, because you want to be there, because you want to be able to see White's truck on the floor. It's going to be a beautiful sight if you haven't already saw it. So guys, I'm going to cut this a little bit short. I want to thank everybody that helped out with this toy drive. Guys, y'all really did big. I'm proud of all of you, and God's proud of you. And I know the kids at the hospital, y'all have made their day. Like I said, they're in a very tough situation. There's a lot of heartache there. And guys, if we can just make them happy, make them smile for a moment, it's worth all the hours we put into this toy drive. But stay tuned. I'll be coming back on here soon with some more information about the very near future about things that's happening with Watch Rides. And I am fixing to really start hammering on the Tupelo Blue Suede Cruise because, like I said, we got to go big or go home. And if you're wanting to be a vendor, get on there. Check out our vendor registration, indoor, outdoor. Let's get on there and get registered. That's the Tupelo Blue Suede Cruise.com. And if not, contact me. I will walk you through it, or I'll tell you what our setups are, and let's make it all happen, guys. I'll talk to you soon.